Good afternoon, everyone, and especially to you, Sir Jelandi. I am Ijo Jessica Mariel, the leader of the Group 3, and our topic is all about the economic material aspect of self. Again, I will introduce myself. I am Jessica Marie Ijo, and these are my members: Justin Cisbino, Octubre Guaynet, Garcia Ager, Teliado Katrina, Seralde Pidip, Glumali Dion, Villa Santa Lloyd, and Malate Brixander. So let us proceed to the learning outcomes.
This is the learning outcomes. First, explain the aspects of material self. Second, assess the role of consumer culture in your sense of self and identity. And last, differentiate between needs and wants.
What is online shopping? Online shopping is the process of buying things that you would usually find in a store or mall. But through the internet, it makes shopping easier for everyone because you can quickly search for what you need using online shopping platforms and have it delivered to your home.
Examples of online shopping apps naman is we have Amazon. It offers a wide range of products including electronics, books, clothes, and household items. Ang Amazon po is sikat siya sa buong mundo dahil international application po siya ng online shopping. Kompleto po sa Amazon, pwede dito makabili ng electronics and clothes and household items nga daw po. And next is we have Shopee. Popular in Southeast Asia, known for affordable goods and free shipping promos. And so lahat naman po tayo siguro alam yung Shopee dahil sikat na sikat po ito sa Pilipinas din naman. And karamihan po sa atin is dito bumibili dahil nga po affordable po yung price niya. And dahil marami din pong promo si Shopee kaya mas nakilala po siya. Example na lang po, every month po is meron silang sale na every January 1, 1 ganon. February 2, 2, ayan. Ngayon po last week is May 4 sale. Ayan, tsaka kilala din po siya dahil sa mga free shipping promos. And so next is Lazada, another major e-commerce site in Asia, selling everything from gadgets to groceries. Ayan, dito naman po tayo sa Lazada is halos same lang po sir ni Shopee. Dahil si Lazada din po is may mga voucher din po siya. Once na naka-sale ganon, may mga bumibili. Minsan may mga voucher na nagagamit para makakuha ng discount. And so, halos lang same lang din po sila ni Shopee. And next is Shein. Specializes in affordable fashion and accessories item. Ayun naman po. So, sa Shein po is if ang gusto niyo naman pong mahanap is quality products na pang fashion and mga accessories sa katawan. Ayan. So, sa Shein po is maganda dyan bumili. Next is Zalora. Focus on fashion, shoes, and beauty products mainly in Asia. And so, parang medyo halos same lang din po sila ni Shein na for fashion purposes na po na application. If gusto nyo umorder ng pang fashion na yan, so Shein, Zalora.
Material self. So let's define the self first according to William James. According to psychologist William James, the self includes everything a person considers to be part of themselves, not just their body or possessions, but also their reputation, beliefs, and relationships. So according to William James, when we talk about self, we talk about everything that makes you you. And he also added that our self isn't just about our body or what we own. It also refers to the things that are important to you. So first is reputation. Kapag sinabi natin reputation, it refers to how people think of us. So for example, if people think that you are friendly, trustworthy, helpful, smart, and etc. So of course, kapag nakakatanggap tayo ng mga compliments, di ba? Most likely we feel confident and proud about ourselves. And it helps you shape how you feel about yourself. Next is beliefs. It guides our actions or how we behave because what we think is right or wrong might reflect to our actions and behavior. So, if you think that being friendly to others is important, then most likely you'll try to be friendly in your actions. And lastly, the relationship. The people you spend time with, like your family, friends, and etc. Yung mga yun, may mga significant influence to you. So, kung paano ka pinalaki ng iyong mga magulang, most likely ma-adapt mo yun. They make you feel loved or connected, so relationships helps how you see yourself and your place in the world. So, ang pinaparating lang dito ni William James, the self isn't just about what we look like and what we own, but also how we think, what we care, and how we connect with others. So, next is, he also said that people invest themselves in material possessions, thus feeling deeply connected to them. The more people invest themselves in their possessions, the more attached they become. So, according to William James, people don't just see their things as objects. Instead, they feel emotionally connected to them if they invest their effort to that thing. So, sabi niya nga, the more people invest themselves in their possessions, the more attached they become. So, for example, binigyan ka ng girlfriend mo ng sapatos at syempre, alagaan mo yun, di ba? At iingatan mo kasi bigay ng mahal mo. So, mag-i-invest ka ng emotion sa bagay na yun, kaya you feel emotionally connected to that thing kasi may sentimental value yung bagay na yun. Ibig sabihin, may mga memories and emotion kang iniugnay sa sapatos na yun. So, kapag nawala sa'yo yung sapatos na yun or nanakaw sa'yo, you might feel na parang may nawawala rin sa sarili mo, kaya nalulungkot ka ng sobra. So, minsan sasabihin pa ng iba na sapatos lang yun, mapapalitan at mapag-iipunan naman ulit yun eh. Pero sa'yo, di lang yun katulad ng ibang sapatos na napapalitan kasi para sa'yo, yung parte na yun ng pagkatao mo. So, the more time, effort, or emotion you put into something, the more important it becomes to you. That's why losing it can feel like losing a part of yourself. What is the material self? So, the material self is how you show your identity through the things you own and the people around you. So, ito yung parte ng sarili mo na makikita sa mga bagay at taong pinapahalagahan mo. So, for example, most of your things are gym equipments like dumbbells, barbells, treadmills, and etc. So, it just simply means that you are really into fitness. So, in terms of people around you, kung close ka sa mga magulang at kapatid mo, it just simply means that you are a family-centered person. So, material self includes your body. Your body is a big part of who you are. So, ito yung unang nakikita sa atin. Teenagers often worry about how they look. So, usually, teenagers worry about their appearance because of the puberty stage na kung saan maraming pagbabago sa katawan ng mga teenagers like pagkakaroon ng tigyawat, pagbabago sa hugis ng katawan o pagbago ng boses. Kaya mas nagiging conscious ang mga teenagers sa itsura nila. And next is girls usually care more about appearance than boys. So, mapapansin naman natin to na karamihan sa mga babae, di ba, na naglalagay ng makeup or skincare sa mga mukha nila na kabaliktaran sa mga kalalakihan na bihira lang tayo makakita ng mga lalaki na naglalagay ng skincare or makeup sa mga mukha nila. And lastly, social media and TV can make people feel like they need to look a certain way. So, usually kasi diba sa social media and TV natin, makikita yung mga artista na may flawless skin, magandang katawan, or yung masasabi mong sa kanya na talaga yung lahat ng magagandang katangian. Kaya tumatatak na rin sa isip natin. Minsan na yung standard beauty, kaya madami na sa mga kabataan na nape-pressure na kailangan maging ganun din yung appearance nila para tanggapin sila. Clothes and fashion. The clothes you wear can show your personality. So, your clothes could represent who you are. So, for example, mahilig ka sa mga pormahan na simple lang like pants and t-shirt na plain lang, okay na. So, most likely, you are just a low-key person. Next is, teens often dress in ways that help them fit in with their friends. So, usually, teenagers match their styles with their friends in order for them to be recognized as part of the group. So, for example, mahilig mag-workout yung mga kaibigan mo. Di ba yung mga nag-workout, usually mga naka-compression shirt yan or naka-compression short para mas maayos or madaling gumalaw lalo na kapag mag-jogging. So, syempre, ikaw gusto mong mag-fit in sa group nyo, bibili ka na rin ng mga ganong damit para makasama ka sa kanila sa jogging or gym, ganon. And popular styles or brands can help teens feel accepted. So, syempre, kapag may mga bagay na sikat or nauuso, nakakaramdam tayo na belong tayo. May tinatawag pa nga tayong Gen Z, di ba? So, usually, yung mga kabataan ay nakikisabay sa uso kasi para sa kanila, yun yung paraan nila para maipakita na kabilang sila sa Gen Z. Personal belongings. Things like your phone, house, or even your pet can reflect your identity. What you own can show your interest, style, or status. People around you, your family, and close friends are also part of yourself. They affect how you see yourself and help shape who you become. So, just like what I've mentioned earlier, your personal belongings could represent your personality. So, for example, gamitin natin yung example dito na phone. So, kung bumili ka ng cellphone na pang gaming, then most likely you are a gamer. And kapag bumili ka ng cellphone na may magandang camera, then most likely you are into photography. So, sabi ko nga kanina, in terms of people around you naman, like our family, friends, and etc. So, they are also part of who we are kasi may influence sila sa atin in terms of how we think, feel, and act.
Hello classmates! Today, I'll be sharing about material possessions and paano sila connected sa identity natin as a person, lalo na when it comes to the material self. First, body as material self. So, unahin natin yung body. The body is a key part of the material self. Ibig sabihin, the way we present ourselves physically like through clothing, grooming, tattoos, piercings, or even surgeries nakakaapekto sa kung paano tayo tinitingnan ng ibang tao at kung paano natin tinitingnan sarili natin. For example, may ibang tao na nagpapalagay ng tattoo kasi may meaning sa kanila yon. Yung iba naman, nagpaparetoke or nagpapagawa ng nose, lips, or kahit boobs kasi they feel more confident or beautiful after. So in short, our body becomes a way to express our personality and identity na para bang it's telling, this is me. This is me. I can tell that this is me or deal with it moment. Second, possessions reflect identity. Next, our things or our possessions also reflect who we are. Yung damit na sinusuot natin, our accessories, the gadgets we use, lahat ng yan, extensions yan ng ating sarili. Kahit simpleng phone case or necklace, pwedeng may story yan or personal touch na nagpapakita ng personality natin. For example, kung mahilig ka sa minimalist fashion, baka laging neutral colors yung suot mo o kaya yung mga gamit mo, neutral colors din. Or kung techy ka, baka ikaw yung mga pinakabagong laging gadgets siguro. So, the things we own help people understand us more and minsan, dun tayo nakikilala. Third, family and home. Lastly, family and home also play a big role. Kasi yung values natin, ugali, or personality, madalas nanggagaling sa kung paano tayo pinalaki or sa environment natin sa bahay. Like, kung lumaki ka sa bahay na laging neat and organized, chances are ganun ka rin sa personal life mo. Or kung supportive yung family mo, baka confident and expressive ka rin as a person. Bakit ba mahalaga to? Sobrang importante kasi kapag naiintindihan natin yung material self, mas na-appreciate natin yung sarili natin and the people around us. Hindi lang tayo basta tao with stuff. We have stories and meanings behind those things. Pwedeng itanong nyo to sa sarili nyo. First, na-try nyo na bang mag-isip kung bakit nyo gusto yung style o bagay na ginagamit nyo? Or nakakaramdam ba kayo minsan na yung mga gamit nyo ay nagpapakita kung sino kayo? Or paano kaya kung wala tayo sa mga bagay na ito? Paano pa kaya natin maipapakita kung sino tayo? Sa madaling salita, ang mga material possessions ay hindi lang mga bagay na hawak o suot natin. Ang katawan, mga gamit, pamilya at bahay ay nagpapakita kung sino tayo. Kaya kapag pipili tayo ng damit, gadgets, or gagawa ng pagbabago sa sarili, tandaan natin na ito ay paraan ng pagpapakita ng ating pagkatao. Yun lang po, salamat!
Are we what we own? Understanding how material possessions shape the self. Number 1, material possessions and identity. So, paano nga ba nakaka-apekto sa pagkatao natin yung mga gamit natin? So, people often define themselves through what they own, like cars, clothes, gadgets, and homes. Sa panahon ngayon, hindi na bago yung idea na parang kung ano yung gamit mo or yung gamit natin, yun na rin tayo. Like, kung branded yung damit, or bago yung cellphone, or maganda yung kotse mo, mas mataas minsan or may tendency na mas mataas yung tingin sa atin ng ibang tao. So, parang may instant respect. So, based sa source or sa book na pinagkunan namin, sabi ni Russell Belk, he suggests that what we own is a reflection of who we are, our material self. So, sabi ni Russell Belk, parte raw ng material self natin yung mga pag-aari natin. Like, ibig sabihin nun, yung mga gamit natin, they become extensions of who we are. So, nakakatulong din sila sa pagbubuo ng identity natin. But, hindi lang siya about sa panlabas na anyo. May effect din to emotionally and mentally. Kapag meron tayong bagay na gusto natin gawin, like, yun nga, minsan mas motivated tayo and mas may drive and mas may sense of purpose. Pero, yun nga, paano kung bigla naman nawala yung mga yon? So, dito na papasok yung psychological impact. So, yun nga, sabi sa psychological impact, possession can boost well-being by providing purpose, but losing them can cause distress. So, dito na nagiging tricky yung lahat. May mga taong nalulungkot, nagkaka-anxiety, or parang nawawala sa sarili nila kapag nawala yung mga gamit nila. Especially kung doon nakabase yung self-worth nila. And alam naman natin sa society natin ngayon, mas madalas na yung sukatan ng success. Like, kung gaano karami o kamahal yung meron ka. Like, for example, walang iPhone, hindi ka in. Walang branded na sapatos, hindi ka cool. So, dito nagsisimula yung materialism. Like, yung sobrang focus sa material things kaysa sa mga importanteng bagay. Tulad ng values, relationships, or self-worth. And the last one is the downside of materialism. Like, kapag sobra-sobra na, pwedeng mag-lead sa, ayun nga, compulsive buying disorder. Yung bili ka na lang ng bili kahit hindi mo naman talaga kailangan, or yun nga, yung insecurity, lagi mong kinukumpara yung sarili mo sa iba, and minsan depression kasi hindi mo mabot yung lifestyle na pinupost ng mga tao online. So, actually, malaki rin yung influence ng media and social media sa mindset na to. Like, everyday may ads, vlogs, influencers, lahat nagpo-promote ng ideal life na punong-puno ng branded stuff, travel, goals, at luxury. Kaya, yun nga, bumalik tayo sa tanong, tayo ba ay kung anong meron tayo? Like, are we what we own? O baka naman, it's time to define ourselves through deeper things tulad ng paniniwala or paninindigan natin. Like, yun nga, kabutihan sa kapwa and tunay na purpose sa life.
Hello, My name is Lloyd Nicolas Arvelo Santa, and I'm here to discuss what is consumer culture and what is consumerism. Now, consumer culture is a way of life that revolves around the buying and using of goods and services. In societies that are driven by consumer culture, what we purchase often becomes a reflection of who we are. In other words, our choices, whether it's the clothes we wear, the phones we use, or even the coffee we drink, can start communicating messages about our personality, our values, and even our social status to other people. In a consumer culture, material goods become symbolic. They do more than serve practical purposes. They begin to represent ideas, emotions, and identities. Brands become part of our identity. Wearing Nike, driving a Tesla, or carrying a Louis Vuitton bag may signal athleticism, eco-consciousness, or wealth in this situation. Then, big media and advertising constantly influences our desires by telling us what is trendy, attractive, or essential for modern life. They tell you that you should buy, to use, to get more than what you need. This sort of culture is especially powerful in the age of social media, where the things we own or display publicly are often linked to how we want others to see us, and generally speaking, with how interconnected we are due to the age of information. Next, consumerism. Consumerism is slightly different than consumer culture. It refers more to the ideology or belief system behind it. It's the idea that buying more and owning more leads to happiness, success, and personal fulfillment. In a consumerist mindset, people are encouraged to continually purchase the newest and best products. Needs are sometimes manufactured by marketers to derive demand, and self-worth starts becoming tied to consumption, leading people to feel inadequate without the latest items. An example of consumerism at work is the pressure to upgrade your phone every year, even if your current one still works perfectly well. This isn't driven by necessity but by cultural message that newer is better and that staying current makes you more valuable or relevant. It encourages people to buy more, even beyond what they actually need, and is generally criticized for promoting waste, inequality, and rather shallow values. Now that I've explained both consumer culture and consumerism, I'll be handing this off to the other reporters. Thank you for listening.
Consumer culture affect our sense of self and identity. Naalala nyo nung nag-trending yung Sonny Angels, Labubu, and Hot Wheels? Let's take Sonny Angels for an example na lang. Nung nag-trending siya, we saw a lot of content creators buying and flexing their collections online, di ba? Sometimes with caption that says, "Deserve ko to," or "Healing my inner child." Dahil dun, they influence their audience into buying something that they don't need. In return, the manufacturers had to raise their prices to meet the public demand. Also, because of the trend going around, some people bought it just to sell it in a much more higher price, leading to an overpriced collectibles. Now, kahit hindi na makatarungan yung price, there are still a lot of people who buys it. Bakit? Kasi nga, in trend siya. Now, how does that example negatively affects us as consumers? Because it promotes overconsumption. Overconsumption is when you excessively buy something that you don't need. Overconsumption can lead to an addiction, which can affect your relationship to your friends, family, relatives, and even your lifestyle. It is also important to note that some people buy a trinket or two to feel better about themselves or the situation they are currently in, but as long as they're not excessively buying things, it's totally fine. It is also necessary to use our critical thinking skills when buying something, because in our country's and generation's current state, we have to think and be more practical when it comes to buying things as well as consuming contents online. As over-consuming contents like Andrew Tate and shopping hauls can lead to a negative effect in our mental health. Always remember to always choose practicality over following a trend.
What is a credit card? A credit card is a card that lets you borrow money to pay for things, and you pay it back later. It stores the money you need and allow you to enjoy your day without the hassle of carrying or counting cash while shopping.
For the advantages of a credit cards are used mostly back then by wealthy people lang. But now, banks became more lenient to people that have a constant stream of income on their bank accounts. Credit cards are now widely accepted, making it convenient to people who has one. But still, there are shops and stores that doesn't accept CC. So bago ka umalis ng walang pera, make sure mo muna at the shop or store you're going to accepts credit cards. You can also use your credit card to buy appliances like TV, gadgets like laptop, or even a cell phone. There are a lot of stores in the mall that offers credit card as a mode of payment for their products. Two examples are Samsung and Apple. Just make sure na kaya mong bayaran yung utang mo because pag di mo na bayaran yun sa bank, magkakaroon siya ng interest. Also, always make sure to only buy things that you can afford with your credit card. For the disadvantages naman, if hindi mo alam kung paano gumamit ng credit card properly, it can lead to a lot of problems for you like hidden charges, fraud, and unauthorized transactions. So please, make sure that whenever you swipe your card or type out your credit card details, that it is in a trusted site or merchant. Also, kapag hindi mo din alam kung paano gumamit ng credit card properly, it can lead to a debt, which will also lead into a bad credit score. It can result in having a hard time getting approved sa loans and other credit cards if you're going to apply for another credit card sa ibang banks. Check nila yun. Bad credit can also have a wider impact on your life. It can result in a higher interest rates on loans, difficulty in securing housing, and also even potential job denials kasi there are employers na chine-check nila yung credit score mo for their hiring process. Especially if ang line of work mo is aligned sa handling ng credit card or aligned sa bank. Always remember to always use your credit card wisely.
Okay guys, so I will be sharing with you the pros or advantages of using a credit card. So, let's start with the first one. Una, you can purchase now and pay later. Ibig sabihin, kahit wala ka pang masyadong cash sa ngayon, pwede ka nang makabili ng gamit or kailangan mo tapos bayaran mo na lang sa due date. Useful to lalo na kapag may emergency or may mga biglang gastos. Pero syempre, kailangan pa rin natin maging responsible sa pagbayad. Second, plastic money is convenient and safer than carrying cash. Mas safe kasi ang credit card kumpara sa cash. Example, kung nawala mo yung wallet mo na may pera, wala na yun. Pero kung card ang nawala, pwede mo agad siya ipablock. Convenient din siya kasi hindi mo na kailangan magdala ng maraming bills, lalo na kung may bibilhin kang mahal. Third, interest-free credit for 25 to 40 days. Ito yung tinatawag na grace period. Kapag gumamit ka ng credit card, may 25 to 40 days ka para bayaran to ng walang interest. So parang hiniram mo yung pera ng libre. Basta, picture na mabayaran mo siya on time para hindi ka masingil ng dagdag na bayad. Lastly, timely return, payment, and responsible use enables you to build credit score. Kapag laging on time yung bayad mo at hindi ka nag-overspend, makakaubo ka ng magandang credit score, which is makakatulong yun sa'yo, lalo na in the future kung gusto mong umutang for a car, bahay, or kahit personal loan. Parang pinapakita mo sa bank na napapagkakatiwalaan kang magbayad. So, ayun lang muna for the pros. Credit cards can really be helpful pero kailangan din ng discipline at tamang gamit. Kasi kahit may mga advantages siya, kung hindi naman natin siya gagamitin ng tama, pwede din itong maging dahilan ng financial problems. Thank you!
Hi guys! So let's talk real quick about something na madalas natin ginagamit but hindi natin gaano naiintindihan, which is the credit card. Oo, super convenient siya, but yun nga, kung hindi tayo careful, pwedeng makasira to sa financial life natin or mo. So here's the cons and why. So number 1, since interest charges are high, delayed payments can land one in debt trap. So mataas yung interest, pwedeng mauwi sa debt trap. So Ang ibig sabihin nun, kapag hindi mo nabayaran ng buo yung credit card bill mo sa due date, may interest agad yan and usually mataas. So, minsan nung maabot siya ng 2% to 3% per month. And kung palaging late yung bayad mo, lalaki ng lalaki yung utang mo. So, sa una, maliit lang, pero habang tumatagal, hindi na natin namamalayan na nalulubog na tayo sa debt trap. Yung tipong bayad ka ng bayad pero hindi mo nararamdaman na nababawasan yung utang mo kasi nga halos ng interest lang ang nababayaran mo. So, number 2, ease of using a credit card can lead one to overspend, especially impulsive buyers. So, madaling gumastos lalo na kung impulsive buyer ka. So, let's be honest, ang dali talagang gumamit ng credit card, like isang swipe lang tapos may item ka na agad. Walang kahirap-hirap. Parang hindi ka gubastos. But in reality, utang yon. So kung mahilig ka sa budol or sale, madaling matempt ka talaga bumili kahit wala sa plano. And dahil nga hindi mo agad nararamdaman yung gastos, mas madali kang mag-overspend. The last one is the overdues and non-payments can ruin your credit history. So, yun nga, delayed payments equals sira yung credit history card mo. Ayun nga, pag lagi kang late magbayad or may mga overdue na balances, masisira yung credit history mo. So, yung credit history ay para siyang financial reputation mo. Kapag pangit yung record mo, mahirap nang makakuha ng car loan, yun nga, car loan, housing loan, or kahit personal loan in the future. Kahit gusto mong magsimula ng business, baka hindi ka pagkatiwalaan ng bank kasi nga hindi ka consistent magbayad. So yun, that's all for the cons. So to summarize it, yes, credit cards are helpful but only if you use them wisely. So remember, credit cards are not free money. Lahat ng ginagastos natin ngayon, babayaran din natin with interest if you're not careful. Kaya bago tayo mag-swipe or mag-check out, tanungin mo muna sa sarili mo, kaya ba nating itong bayaran in full sa due date? If yes, go ahead. Pero kung hindi, baka mas okay na wag muna. Yun lang. Be smart, be responsible, and take control of your money.
Versus wants, needs are essential for survival like food, water, shelter, clothing, and medicine. Without them, a person's life and health are at risk. So, ano nga ba yung needs, no? Sabi nga po dito, yung needs po ay essential sa ating buhay. Kaya nado po ng pagkain, tubig, and damit. So, ang needs po is binibili natin siya dahil kailangan natin siya. Hindi natin siya binibili dahil gusto natin siya. And sadyang kailangan natin yung bagay na to. Ngarit, pagkain, di ba? Kailangan natin yun para mabuhay tayo. So, kahit hindi natin gustuhin mang bumili ng pagkain, pero dahil kailangan natin siya para makasurvive, ay kailangan natin bumili. Yan. So, ayun po ang needs.
Now let's talk about wants. Wants are non-essential items that bring comfort, pleasure, or luxury. These are the things we enjoy, but we don't need them to survive. For example, jewelry, luxury cars, vacation, and expensive gadgets. They're nice to have, but we can live without them. Understanding this difference helps us make smarter choices, especially when managing money or setting priorities. It teaches us how to spend wisely, focus on our needs first, and avoid wasting money on the things we don't truly require.
Consumer behavior. Some people are impulse buyers. So may mga tao na bumibili nang wala sa plano. Basta makita lang
So,
nila
this
na
book is
nakasale
one
o
of our
maganda sa,
source, and
sa
that's all for
paningin
today.
ay bibilhin agad
I
nila
hope you
kahit
listen
hindi
and
naman kailangan.
understand. We thank you.
Next is some work to fulfill needs only. Other works for both needs and wants. So, yung iba gusto magtrabaho para matugunan yung pangailangan or yung needs na tinatawag. May iba rin na gustong makabili lang ng luho or gusto o yung tinatawag na wants. And yung iba naman parehas. Next is balancing needs and wants. Avoid prioritizing luxury over necessities. So, of course, kailangan muna nating makasurvive by knowing our necessities like bill sa kuryente, and kapag may sobra ay pwede namang bumili tayo ng mga gusto natin. Spend wisely to prevent living paycheck to paycheck. So, kailangan nating i-manage ng maayos ang pera natin para may maipon pa rin at hindi nag-iipon para lang sa necessities or yung tinatawag na living paycheck to paycheck. And next is practical consumer tips. First is know how to prioritize essential expenses. So, na-mention ko na rin to na yung necessities first bago yung mga gusto lang natin kahit di naman kailangan. Next is allocate part of income for savings. So, ayun, magtabi pa rin ng kahit konting pera sa ipon para in case of emergency, may makuhaan pa rin tayo. And lastly, avoid impulsive spending, be practical and prudent. So, iwasan ng pagbili ng padalos-dalos kagaya ng sa example ko kanina na nag-sale lang kaya binili mo agad, which is not a practical and logical way of managing your money. So, kailangan isipin mo muna kung may maitatabi ka pa ba sa pera mo kapag binili mo ang isang bagay.